Two titans, two kings, one world. The battle between Godzilla and King Kong has captivated audiences for decades, but what makes these two iconic monsters mortal enemies in the Monsterverse? Is it just about territory, or is there something deeper, something primal, that drives their endless conflict? Today, we're diving into the lore, the history, and the science behind this legendary rivalry. Strap in, because this is the ultimate breakdown of why Kong and Godzilla are destined to clash. To understand why Kong and Godzilla are mortal enemies, we need to go back, way back. Long before humans walked the Earth, the Titans ruled the planet. These colossal beings were the apex predators of their time, each claiming dominion over their territories. Among them, two species stood out: the Godzilla-like creatures, known as the Gojira species, and the Kong species, the giant apes of Skull Island. Godzilla's ancestors were reptilian alpha predators, designed by nature to maintain balance in the ecosystem. They were the enforcers of the natural order, ensuring no other titan grew too powerful. On the other hand, the Kong species were intelligent, tool-using primates who thrived in the lush jungles of Skull Island and the Hollow Earth. These two species were destined to clash because they represented opposing forces: Godzilla, the embodiment of nature's wrath, and Kong, the symbol of intelligence and adaptability. Godzilla or Godzilla is often destructive, acting as a force of reckoning to the consequences of mankind's actions. King Kong, on the other hand, living in a world untouched by human influence. Unlike Godzilla, Kong is not born of human error. Instead, he represents nature in its purest form. His size and strength make him a fierce guardian of his island, but at heart, Kong is more of a tragic figure, a misunderstood creature who faces challenges from those who seek to exploit him. The Monsterverse introduces us to the Hollow Earth, a vast subterranean world that connects the territories of these titans. This shared space became a battleground for resources, dominance, and survival. Over millennia, the rivalry between the Gojira and Kong species became ingrained in their DNA, a primal instinct to fight for supremacy. One of the key reasons for their rivalry is the concept of the alpha predator. In the Monsterverse, titans are not just mindless monsters, they're part of a complex hierarchy. At the top of this hierarchy is the alpha, the titan who commands the respect and obedience of all others. Godzilla has held this title for centuries, but Kong challenges that authority. In Godzilla vs. Kong, 2021, their rivalry reaches its peak. Unlike the earlier films where misunderstandings created conflict, this time the battle has deeper, but Kong is different. Unlike other titans, Kong doesn't bow to Godzilla. He's a rival alpha, a king in his own right. This clash of egos and roles makes their conflict inevitable. Kong's intelligence and resourcefulness also make him a unique threat. While Godzilla relies on brute strength and atomic breath, Kong uses tools, strategy, and his environment to level the playing field. This makes him a dangerous opponent, one that Godzilla cannot ignore. Skull Island is not just a sanctuary for Kong, but a battleground where the survival of its ecosystem depends on his strength. When Kong's territory is threatened, he fights back with all his might. His sense of loyalty to his home and his fierce protectiveness define him as a noble creature, but it also makes him a potential obstacle to Godzilla's goal of dominance. Kong's relationship with Earth is different. As the last of his kind, Kong's role is as a protector of his island and the creatures living there. In Kong, Skull Island, 2017, we witness Kong as the king of his domain, constantly battling to protect his people and the creatures he shares the island with. The Hollow Earth is more than just a battleground. It's the key to understanding their rivalry. In Godzilla vs. Kong, we learn that the Hollow Earth is the ancestral home of the Kong species. It's also the source of immense power, including the energy that fuels Godzilla's atomic breath. Kong's connection to the Hollow Earth is symbolized by his axe, which is made from the scales of a Godzilla-like creature. This weapon is not just a tool, it's a statement. It represents Kong's defiance against Godzilla's dominance and his claim to the Hollow Earth's power. When Kong ventures into the Hollow Earth, he's not just exploring, he's reclaiming his birthright. But Godzilla sees this as a threat to his authority. The battle that ensues is not just about territory, it's about legacy. Who has the right to rule? The ancient enforcer of balance or the intelligent challenger? Humans play a significant role in fueling the rivalry between Kong and Godzilla. Organizations like Monarch study the Titans. but their actions often have unintended consequences. For example, in Godzilla, King of the Monsters, humans revive King Ghidorah, forcing Godzilla to reassert his dominance. In Godzilla vs. Kong, humans manipulate Kong into confronting Godzilla, hoping to use him as a weapon. The creation of Mechagodzilla is another example of human interference. By using Ghidorah's consciousness to control the machine, humans inadvertently escalate the conflict between Godzilla and Kong. This raises an important question. Are Kong and Godzilla truly enemies, or are they pawns in a larger game? At the heart of their conflict is a struggle for balance, a balance between two titans who represent two opposing aspects of nature. One fights for survival and control, the other for balance and equilibrium. But as the movie progresses, we see a shift in their understanding of each other. Godzilla, while relentless in his pursuit of dominance, begins to recognize that Kong is not an enemy to destroy, but a necessary ally in the fight against an even greater threat, Mechagodzilla. Beyond the lore, the rivalry between Kong and Godzilla is rich with symbolism. Godzilla represents nature's fury, a force of destruction and rebirth. He's a reminder that humans are not the masters of the planet. Kong, on the other hand, represents humanity's potential. He's intelligent, empathetic, and capable of growth. Interestingly, both titans have shown a capacity for protecting humans, but in different ways. Godzilla protects humanity as part of his duty to maintain balance, while Kong forms emotional bonds with individuals like Gia. This contrast highlights the duality of their roles. One as a force of nature, the other as a bridge between humans and titans. So, what's next for Kong and Godzilla? The Monsterverse is expanding, with new titans and threats on the horizon. Will Kong and Godzilla continue to be enemies, or will they unite against a greater foe? The introduction of creatures like Destoroyah or Biolante could force these two kings to set aside their differences. Some fans believe that Kong's growing connection to the Hollow Earth could make him a key player in future conflicts. Others think that Godzilla's role as the Alpha will be challenged by even more powerful titans. Whatever happens, one thing is certain: the rivalry between Kong and Godzilla is far from over. In the end, they don't destroy each other. Instead, they form a temporary alliance to take down a common enemy. This act of cooperation doesn't negate their rivalry. Protectors of Earth, their conflict is just one chapter in the ongoing saga of the Monsterverse. The rivalry between Kong and Godzilla is more than just a battle of strength. It's a clash of ideologies, a struggle for dominance, and a testament to the enduring appeal of these iconic monsters. Whether they're fighting for territory, power, or survival, their conflict reminds us of the delicate balance between nature and humanity. Godzilla and Kong may always be mortal enemies at their core, representing the raw power of nature in opposing forms. But in the end, what makes them truly special is the way their rivalry mirrors the balance of the world they inhabit. Each titan serves a unique role in maintaining Earth's order, and though they may clash from time to time, their actions ultimately shape the fate of the planet. So, are Kong and Godzilla truly enemies, or is there a deeper connection between them? Or who do you think deserves to be the true king of the Monsterverse? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite movies and franchises. Until next time, stay curious and keep rooting for your favorite Titan.